Hey, what's up? So today I wanted to try something a little different, and when I was kind of out wandering around looking for places to build, I found this like really cool tree out in the Toxic Valley, and it's surrounded by this like little crescent shaped pool. So yeah, I wanted to try to kind of do something with this tree. Like at night, it has this like awesome glow to it. It looked really kind of fancy and artsy, so I'm going to try to do something creative. You can already see I have some foundations built already, and obviously this kind of half circle thing I built. I'm going to cut away now and show you exactly how I did that, and it's really easy, so anyone can really do it. It just takes a little bit of finesse, so I'll see you in a second. All right, here we go. So we're at Charleston Airport, and as you can see, I'm starting out with one foundation in the center, and then I moved two others next to it so that the foundations are technically 4 wide. And then I keep one in the center in the back there, as you can see, to make sure everything is as centered as possible. So I'm using the middle line there of the runway to make sure that the one at the very end is as centered as possible. And then now I'm just kind of fine-tuning each individual one, and it just takes a while, and it'll probably take a while for you too to get everything just right, because you want all the corners to kind of set next to each other, because you want walls to be able to place and foundations to be able to place on them on the inside. And if you can't do that, then you won't get what you need. So I'm making sure everything is as tight as possible, and here I'm making sure that the foundations snap to each of them. So now I'm doing the kind of little mini staircase part of it. I'm just moving each one up a little higher than the last. And you don't have to do this. You can keep them all the same height. That's up to you. I just wanted to try something different. And so now you use an extra foundation to snap a wall to the inside foundation. Because once you place it as a blueprint, then the foundation's going to snap to the wall on the inside. So you need this wall on the outside of that foundation. So yeah, so you can kind of see what I'm going for. Now you just blueprint everything and save it, and then try it out. So I'm going to place it at the very end here and see how it looks. And then I want to make sure to, like, I'm snapping these foundations to it just to see how it works, and it looks like it worked good. Okay, one thing you want to keep in mind when you place this down is that any foundation that you snap to it will not come off. So if you want to move or change anything that you've snapped to it, you can't. You'd have to delete the entire thing. So that's why when I place these, they are not snapped, but they're as close as they can be without snapping, basically. Because I wanted the flexibility to be able to kind of move them around if I needed to. So yeah, just keep that in mind. All right, so like I said, this is going to be kind of the main, the main building here. Let's see. This building is going to be obviously the main gallery. And let's see if I can remember what I did. Okay, so that's a basic structure there. And now I'm gonna add all the walls. So for the walls, I'm gonna do a mixture of these metal walls. For some reason, I think that it really works well here. Yeah, I don't know, it fits in really well with this, this landscape. So I'm gonna do that. Okay. Just want to do door that way. There we go. Okay, I had to skip ahead a little bit because I was playing around too much with the roofs, but I want to show you what I ended up with. So this is kind of what it looks like from the outside. And just inside here, so this is the entryway. There's going to be a little annex here, so the roofs I just slanted out that way. Here, these are just standard roofs. And then for this annex, it's slanted out to the, I think that's the south. So pretty easy. Okay, now for these roofs, what you're gonna wanna do is, so you essentially just have to place them and burn them. So I'm going to do that, and I'll probably fast forward through it, and so you get the idea of what I'm Okay. All right, phew, we made it. All right, so quick walkthrough before I head to decorate. So this is the entrance to the gallery. And then over here, there's gonna be one little annex and then another one down here. And then this is obviously gonna be the centerpiece, the focal point here. And then this other small building is going to be like the living quarters and like the art studio for this person. And so yeah, that's basically it. I'm gonna head out and decorate, and hopefully you'll like what I come up with. And this is the first time doing something like this, so I guess we'll see. But yeah, I will see you in a minute. All right, here we go. So this turned out pretty good, actually. A little different than kind of what I was expecting, but I think you'll really enjoy it. And I did a lot of kind of little trick merges and things like that. I'll kind of walk through them all once I get to them. But so yeah, as you can see, like there's this little kind of living quarters over here. So I guess the idea that I was going for here, to kind of give you that breakdown as I was building, was that, you know, I realized there's not a lot of ghouls that live in Appalachia. I mean, there's a couple here and there that we see, but my thought for this was there was a ghoul, like let's say from Charleston or somewhere that was like a curator of an art museum, and they've been just kind of chilling throughout the apocalypse and rebuilding and things like that. And they kind of align, so like Crater is like right there, you can kind of see it in the background. They align themselves with the raiders so that they could continue to find artwork around the wasteland and things like that, and collect it here for like the raiders to enjoy. So that's kind of the idea. But so I guess the vibe, the overall vibe I was going for was raider-chic, if you can if you can make sense of that, I guess. All right, so this first building, so I just have a little bedroom here, nothing too fancy, just some place to live. The thought was that this person, whoever's the curator and artist here, the resident artist, doesn't like live here full time, so they're just here chilling and working. So my thought was that they actually live in Crater, and they could walk over here and work. But there's a bed if they need it here. So yeah, just a little kind of kitchen area. Again, there's not a lot of like stuff going on, but just somewhere to kind of chill and relax while you're working. And so yeah, this is the little what I'm calling the little studio, where this ghoul lady would come and work and relax, read, play some bass, and work, and check out this tree. So, I mentioned she was a ghoul because, you know, ghouls don't mind radiation, and this is like a very highly radiated area, so that's kind of the idea. And here, I did my best to kind of mimic what a work in progress sculpture would be. So I merged this this female sculpture down into the, I think that's the Prickett Fort thing. I forget what the exact name of it is, but it's that big tall like concrete thing. So yeah, I really like this little area. I mean, it's pretty simple, but you know, using some things I haven't used before, and I just wanted the focal point to be this kind of really gorgeous tree in the middle here. All right. Then out here is obviously this death claw. So whoop. So all I really did was, you know, move the foundation, put in a bunch of brambles underneath, and then put the death claw on top of it. And I think it looks awesome. I thought about putting like a little fence or something around it, but it just didn't look right, and I thought it was much better to just leave it open like that. So yeah, here's the view from the outside. Okay, not really much else around the outside. Like there's you know, my power and a little vendor just for people who stop by. But, you know, I don't really have many crafting benches here, if at all. So yeah, this entrance, I wanted to have kind of like a really impactful entrance. And so, yeah, that's what I did. I merged that line into the foundation along with these plants, just to kind of give it a little bit of life. And the whole concept here was to do, you know, the walls here are like kind of a bluish gray, very dull, but I wanted to do like pops of color. So that's why I have the two really bright yellow doors. And, you know, you'll see on the inside there's also little pops of color here and there. All right, so this is the entrance to the gallery. You know, little seating area, the suit of armor. You walk in, it's kind of what you'd expect out of a gallery. A lot of paintings, some pottery, stuff like that. This, I just picked this up in the item shop. It was like the raider totems. It makes for a great little, you know, piece of art, I guess. So yeah, and then I merged one of those wooden tables down into the foundation, and I put it on top. I think it looks gorgeous. Little things here and there. These little stools. So these are those kind of like rounded coffee tables, and I merged these red, like the red footstools or just the red benches into them. And it's great because you can just sit on it and, you know, look around, enjoy the art. That's awesome. Little display case here with some more like fancy ceramics and things like that. My steins. And I wanted to use the Vault Boy at some point because it's like I mean, you can consider it, I guess, a piece of art. But what I did is I merged it into the Red Rocket bar table, I think it is. The one with the little rockets on the bottom. And it just makes it pop a little bit more, gives it a little more color, which is, I think, is really cool. And I changed out this wall, like, you know, in most art galleries and museums and stuff, like there's different sections that have different themes. And so I didn't want this whole place to be just white, or at least to my eye it looks yellow, but so I wanted to mix it up a little bit, and so that's what I did. And I think it worked really well. Over to the side here is just a little smaller area. I did the same trick, but with a different bench, this black bench. And this is just more of a landscape section for the landscape paintings. You know, just added some details here and there, some, you know, other busts and things like that, and some flowers to kind of give it more color, more pop. Yeah, I love this little room. It's very chill. Yeah, and then obviously this little kind of atrium here that overlooks this kind of radiated tree. So what I ended up doing here is I merged the fence into the sculpture, just so that it was able to sit back a little more. And also right here, I merged these eggs into the fruit bowl, and so it gave it a little nice stand to sit in. So I think it looks really cool. Yeah, and I put little chairs and benches around too, so people can sit and kind of relax, enjoy themselves, read, whatever they need to. All these busts are the different lady busts from White Springs. And yeah, the third piece of pottery here that matches up with his other ones out here. And then, yeah, in here, I just wanted to do a little bit of a raidery theme because this is like a raider-esque type build. So in here, I just did, you know, I used some of those new raider totems along with some of the new things I got from the Atom Shop. Like these lamps are from Fallout First this month, and I just absolutely love them. I merged them into the radiation barrel here. The Mothman throne. I merged a bunch of the plants down into the foundation to kind of give it like more of a Mothman, like raidery type vibe. I think it worked out really well. Just some more stuff, kind of what you'd expect. I tried to just keep it simple, but do things that you would expect in a gallery or like a museum type place. You know, I tried to match up the decor. I put up some of the defensive bone chime things. Yeah. So over here, I also, so this is also one of those like big concrete pricket fort things that I merged down into the foundations. And they act really good as, you know, little shelves, like little display shelves. So yeah. In here is just my very tiny little crafting area. Not much else. Those are the only two crafting benches I have here. Otherwise, I'm at like full budget basically. So yeah, that's it. It's a really fun, like it took me a long time to kind of get some of these ideas down and figured out, and but I had a ton of fun doing it. It's probably the most challenging build I've ever done. Like this isn't in my wheelhouse at all, but I loved the challenge of it, and yeah, I think it turned out really good. And you know, there's going to be some tricks that I'm going to be using in other builds that I learned here. A lot more merging, a lot more kind of playing around with different ideas and stuff like that. So yeah, I really hope you like it and get some ideas for your next build. And you know, if you like this video, please subscribe, like, comment, all that fun stuff is really appreciated. And yeah, so like I said, I hope you like it and get some ideas for your build. If I'm trying to think of what I'm going to do next. I'm not really sure. I might go back to a scrappy type build, but we'll see. But if you have any ideas that you want to see me do, let me know in the comments. So, all right, cool. Well, thanks again for watching, and I will talk to you later.